So it has officially been announced that Michael Jordan will do the honors of inducting the late, great, my favorite of all time, Kobe Bean Bryant, into the Naismith Hall of Fame. Even talking about it to this day, I still just kind of get choked up. Like, I'm sorry to be selfish really quickly here. I just always thought of what Kobe would go up to the podium and say at his Hall of Fame speech, and unfortunately, we won't get that opportunity. So that means there's twice the pressure on the presenter to be double as good, because there won't be a Kobe Bryant to give his speech following the induction, right? So who better to do it than the guy that Kobe literally looked up to, modeled his game after, and apparently as we found out in later years here, this was somebody that was a mentor to Kobe Bryant. It was a big brother, little brother type of role. I didn't know that, by the way, and I know a lot about Kobe, obviously as a fan of his. So I didn't know that Kobe and Mike had that relationship to this day, or up until last year. I didn't know that. You don't hear a lot about the two's relationship. We didn't hear a lot about it up until Mike got up at Kobe's memorial service and spoke so eloquently about the late great 24. So I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's gonna be a tough one to watch. Obviously, last year with everything going on with COVID, the right decision was made in my estimation. Let's push it back a year. Let's just do this next year. And, we shall see what Michael Jordan has to say about Kobe. Obviously, the funeral caught Mike off guard, but he's the GOAT. So he was still able to put everything together and go up there and deliver an incredible speech about his little brother with time to prepare. As great as Mike is, come on now, we're talking about one of the greatest preparers of all time. I'm sure he's going to go up there and tell us some great stories about Kobe. And, look, man, growing up through the Kobe era, I could tell you this. Guys used to tell me left and right that Michael Jordan was the GOAT. But I'm 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. I wasn't trying to hear it. I'm looking at Kobe with my own two eyes right now. I'm looking at what he's doing night in, night out. This dude never, ever didn't come prepared to play basketball. Now, there were nights where he had off games. There were nights where he was 6 for 22 from the field. But oftentimes his team won those games. Oftentimes he was still able to get his team over the hump. He never came ill-prepared. If his shots weren't falling, that's one thing, but I know Kobe gave it his all every game of his career. And, people used to say, but Mike was better. And I just couldn't even fathom that. That never made sense to me. Like, how could he be better than what I'm watching right now? Mike retired. You hear these stories like, Mike retired. Kobe would never leave the game. It's just things like that stick with you. And as I get older and I get more and more into my profession, I get to watch more Mike. I get to watch more highlights of Mike and watch more, and not just highlights, because highlights only tell a story of the game, but actually dive deep into watch like actual film on Michael Jordan. You see it. You see all of it. Not just like the fadeaways, not just like the quick highlight stuff, but the preparation, the aura, the tongue. You see the personality, the toughness on teammates. When it's all said and done, I'm going to just get it done myself. You see a guy who Kobe just literally tried to mimic every little minute detail about Michael Jordan. And if he was good enough for my favorite athlete of all time, if that's somebody he looked up to, then obviously I am looking forward to embracing Michael Jordan as the inductor of Kobe Bryant, man. It's a tough one to swallow. I know a lot of people like, Shaq would do it. Shaq would do it. Well, and I'm happy Shaq and Kobe got back on good terms later on, post each other's careers, right? But the truth is, Shaq and Kobe, for a long stint, they were not close. I know a lot of people bring up Phil Jackson was somebody I thought that maybe could have did the honors as well. But they're rolling with Mike. And I think this is going to be one of the ones that we all kind of tune into, and we're going to cry together a little bit. I'm going to cry. I can tell y'all that for a fact. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to cry. And I haven't cried about Kobe in months now. I'm the type of guy that still sheds a tear every now and then when I think about it, how tragic that one ended. I'm going to cry at that dang Hall of Fame. Just for a multitude of reasons, I'm going to cry. And I ain't going to think twice about it, man. I miss Kobe, man. Bro, somebody I never met gave me so much motivation to keep going through some very dark days in my life. So I'm going to cry. Y'all let me know if y'all looking forward to Michael Jordan inducting Kobe Bryant, the late great, into the National Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm out. Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr. Taliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr. Taliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at FERRO. And even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FERRO as well.